because I do have a few slides, and I really hope this sums it up because it's been an exciting month of mindset reset, right? And we are getting ready to take it to the next level, which I say is the most exciting and fun level, is the action part, right? The to-dos. So we're going to end it here on our why. And I'm just going to pose a couple questions before we get started. This is me and my power pose, hopefully. And I have a couple questions. Do you have a dream? Right? And what is your purpose? Why are you even here? Right? We're going to think about that, talking about your why. So just to get it started, right? What is your dream? I have a dream. And I know Ruth talked about vision boards, which are a big part of our dream, right? Because manifesting, visualizing, it's a big part of why we're here. My dream started with my family, right? Like most of us, our family is our biggest part of our why, right? They are why we do the things we do, right? Why we move forward every day, why we go to work if we have a job, why we're in this business, right? And this is my family, and I have dreams. I want to build my family a cabin, right? We bought this piece of property, probably 4 or 5 years ago in the mountains, right? We didn't have the money to build. Building a cabin is super expensive, right? It takes money. But it's part of my dream. I would love to leave, me and Vince would love to leave, have a cabin, right? Leave our kids that they could pass on to their kids, that we could host retreats and have our friends and family come up, right? And stay in this cabin. And Vegas is the city life, right? But sometimes you got to have a little reprieve. So that's part of my why, part of my dream. But it's something bigger, right? And that's the thing, is our dreams kind of start small, but we have to really dream the big dreams, right? And so dreaming bigger is everything, right? Here's a picture of me in my hospital scrubs, 23 years at a hospital, right? Is that where I want to be? No, I want to retire myself. It takes a lot of money to retire, right? And eventually I just want to not only retire myself, but I want to retire my husband, right? I want to live life on my terms, right? You have to dream bigger, right? You're really only one decision away from a totally different life. Congratulations for even being here, because you've already started making those decisions and commitments, right? So we're going to talk about what will APLGO do for you, right? Your dreams, your why needs to move your soul so deeply to keep you committed, right? It's not just about, oh, I just want to do it for $500 a month, right? Oh, I just want to do it to get my products paid for, right? What is going to keep you committed? When you have a bad day, which I know we all do, right? People are dumping on you. Your best associate just left your business, right? Your upline just said, see you later, right? Happens. It's happening to us all around. What is going to keep you so committed that you're going to come back? Because it's not about everyone else. It's about your why and your dreams. And here's one thing I learned is your dream can't be about money. I know, newsflash, right? It's not, you can't put a dollar amount on your dream. But money's awesome because money can it can make your dream possible, right? It's about what the money can do for you and for other people. I know people that do this because they want to give their money away to charity, right? They want to make so much money that they have to start giving it away, right? Because they have too much, right? But the dream can't be about the money. It has to be about something bigger, right? And it has to move you so personal, right? It has to be.
Did we lose sound? And Tina, I think we lost Tina.
Tina, I think you froze.
Her screen went black and there's no sound.
Oh, it's not over on this end. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, mine's going in and out too.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
It'll come back. It'll come back in a minute. She can probably hear us. So Tina, either log out and log back in, or
She'll be right back with us.
in the meantime, why don't you pop into the chat what your why is? Why are you doing this business? She's really getting us motivated and jazzed. Is it your family? Is it a cabin? Is it a dream? Is it a vision that you have? Is it charitable contributions? Viola, oh, this is great. Oh, Debbie, that's awesome. I just saw a motor home on Facebook Marketplace for $800, Debbie, if you're ready for that. Probably not the one you want from 1985. A change in myself. Boy, that's great, Candy. Create a foundation to help the blind. Oh my goodness, Julie, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
There she is. Yeah, go ahead and share your screen again.
Okay, I actually took my internet off and I'm on my hotspot. I think we were lagging. Okay, is this where we were at?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to talk about peeling back the layers of the onion. I think that's where I lost you guys. So there's a really great video. I'll share the link after we're done. It's from Simon Sinek. Have you guys heard of him? It's really old, but he talks about, yeah, it's so good. He talks about peeling back the layers of the onion to really find your true why, right? So I really highly recommend you guys watch that if you're kind of stumped on what is your true why and why you really are here and what's going to keep you committed. And I love this, and it reminds me of Sherry. What do you want, right? What do you want? What you really, really want by the Spice Girls. Sherry Denny says that a lot. It's really true, right? What do you want? What do you really, really, really want, right? And what are some of the past events or causes, right, that made you want to change? What brought you here, right? I know we all have a story. We have a story that brought us here. And a lot of times we've had to pivot a few times, right? Have you guys had to do a pivot where you think, oh my goodness, this is where I'm at, this is the right company, this is everything, it's going to make my wildest dreams come true, and then something hits you and you're like, time to pivot, right? I've had to pivot a few times, but my why has actually never changed. It's just the vehicle to get me to my why, my dreams, has changed a few times. So it's okay. But I know with APLGO, like without a shadow of my doubt, my belief is strong here. I know what we have is something so special and unique. I know it's the vehicle to get me to where I want to be. And people want to know your why. Don't hold back. Why are you doing this? It's actually part of your story. And it's something you need to share. Social media, your social platforms is a great way to share why you're here, why you're doing it, right? People want to know you. That's how you build relationships with not only your team members, your associates, but with complete strangers. And it's part of getting a little vulnerable. So I love this, right? This is a picture of my Piper. Think about when you were a small child, right? And if someone asked you what your dreams were, you know, kids have these ginormous dreams, right? But we lose that, right? We and Michael Burnoff talks about this. We develop these limiting beliefs about what we're capable of doing and where we're going, and we let other people, other people's opinions, other people's, I don't know, just decisions. We let those people affect our dreams, right? We really shouldn't, right? You've got to have dreams like a child where they're so big that you're going to grow into them, right? Instead of the opposite. Don't let other people hold you back from what you're capable of doing. So here's the thing, right? A funny thing starts to happen when you start believing in yourself. Other people start believing in you too, right? Think about that. When you start to have the confidence, you say, I know where I'm going, right? Think about Tina and Kelly. Do they ever doubt for 1 minute that they know where they're going? That's why people believe in them. That's what people want to follow, right? And I get it, when you're new and you're just starting out, you're going to have to borrow someone else's belief until you have your own, right? I've had to borrow off other people's belief. I had to trust people. I had to become coachable, right? I had to say, this person is telling me to do this, even though I don't necessarily believe that it will work, I'll just do it. And guess what? Usually it does work, right? I've told this story before. I'm just going to relate it to borrowing belief. Many, many years ago, I had a friend who, she was looking for a running partner. I hated running, hated it. In fact, I lettered in soccer just so I could say I lettered in a sport, because I knew that they didn't do a lot of running, meaning we only had to do 1 mile as a warm-up. And I was a fullback, so I got to stand in the back of the field and just wait for the ball to come to me and just kick it as far as I could. It was the perfect sport for me, right? I wasn't super athletic. I did not like to run. My friend convinced me. She said, Tina, we're going to run a half marathon. I said, you're going to be crazy. I don't run. She goes, oh, it's so great. You know, we're going to start, we're going to do little by little. You know, you're going to feel so amazing when you get across the finish line. I said, well, I don't know if I want to cross the finish line, but I did have a few baby pounds to lose. And she said, it's how I lost all my baby weight. I always run, have a kid, run, baby weight gone. So I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'll believe in her. Maybe I'll trust her. Maybe this running thing could be fun. And she would come get me at my house every morning. We'd run a mile, then we'd run 2 miles, and then we would run 3 miles and 4 miles. And then we do some longer runs on the weekend. And before I knew it, I was running further than I'd ever thought. And within a couple months, I want to say we trained for about 3 or 4 months, I ran my first marathon. I'd never ran 13.1 miles in my life, ever. That day, I ran 13.1 miles. And I tell you, I made the impossible possible. I felt amazing. I went on to run 8 more half marathons, and I even did an Olympic triathlon, right? She believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, right? Borrow someone's belief. If they tell you you can hit corporate director, if they tell you you can be at the top of this company, just do the actions that we're going to be telling you guys what to do. Believe in them, trust in it until you've made the impossible possible. So I'm going to share my why. And this is what I had to peel back the layers of the onion. And when I read this, it literally brings tears to my eyes. Okay, this is what makes me come or show up for myself every single day. I highly suggest You write your why down, put it in your planner. I've had the same why for 6 years, 7 years. I've changed it a few times, I've tweaked it, but I'm gonna read it to you guys. With APLGO, I will replace my income, retire my husband, give myself time freedom to really put my family first and never miss the moments with the ones I love. I've missed so many moments of my kids growing up. I want to leave a legacy of my hard work, perseverance. I want to inspire, empower other women and men to do the same. I want to have real meaningful connections with like-minded people. I love people who are so like-minded. I want to work for myself on my own schedule. I don't want to show up to a 9-to-5 job, right? I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to dream and have endless possibilities. How many people would love endless possibilities? I want to do good, and I want to have the means to help others. And I really want to live the life I deserve. Everyone here deserves a life that they get to live on their own terms. So here's the funny thing, right? The brain is constantly changes based on what we think and do, right? It's really true. You attract what you believe, right? We can rewire our brains, right? And this is going to open up limitless possibilities, right? Doesn't it? So this whole month has been about rewiring our brains and opening up those possibilities. I truly believe anyone here can achieve it, right? And I love this quote: entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, right? Think about the sacrifices. Think about all the things you're doing in the nooks and crannies of crazy hectic life that most people would never do, right? You're going to do that for a few years so you can spend the rest of your life living like most people can't. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be miserable. We get to enjoy the journey. And I love the contagious spirit that Tina and Kelly bring. I love all the corporate directors here, Sherry and Julia and everyone, right? We are bringing joy to the journey, right? The cruises, the trips, the corporate directors retreat, like all of us are looking forward to that. That's part of our reward. We're enjoying the journey while we're working. So don't think that you have to trudge through everything and sacrifice and not have fun. We have a lot of fun. We just listened to Kelly tell us like this amazing story. Wasn't that fun? And then now we get to be on a training and we get to see each other. And we get to enjoy each other's company. So don't forget to enjoy the journey. And I'm just going to leave that here with you guys. I hope it did inspire you. I hope it ended the month strong. I'd love for you guys to take a few minutes. I'm going to stop the share to maybe open up and share some of your whys. I'd like to hear from you guys why you're doing it. And if you don't have a why, that's okay. Commit to doing one. Do it before we hit February. Write something on a piece of paper. Right? Listen to Simon Sinek, get a few inspirational thoughts about how to peel those layers of the onions off. But thank you guys for giving me that moment and ending our January training. I feel a little honored to be the one that kind of wrap it up.